Common sense media activated.
Live from the 210, it's the Wave of the Few Short Show, and we are your hosts, Mr. Trey M. Carr, and I am E. James.
Welcome everyone to Wave of the Future, aka WFS, where the head meets the heart. In this week's episode, we'll discuss the Linus Tech Tips drama, the Maui fires, and the infamous Montgomery dock brawl. But before we get into those topics this week, we always got to start in by just saying, how's everybody doing today?
How's it going, man?
What up? Hello.
What's going on, my guys?
I like that we all got the hat memo, y'all. Y'all want to do some show and tell on the hats?
Oh, man.
Yes. I like that. We'll start with Trey. You got to read the intro.
Oh, well, of course. If you're inquiring about the headpiece, of course, it's San Antonio Spurs for the day I die. But also, I got a cool little group invite email to some discounted tickets today.
Oh,
for
there you go.
The Spurs game this season. So I am scouring, trying to figure out where I want to go see. If I want to see Wemby play LeBron or Steph.
You're going to check out the Wimben Yams.
Oh, yes. Got to get the Wimben Yams. Got to.
I'll be trying to see like Boston or Miami. Boston for the wife, Miami for buckets.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of since we're speaking of the buckets, man, what's going on with that fantastic
Yeah, man, this
bro?
is Big Face Coffee, Mr. Jimmy Butler's coffee brand. Might I add that the coffee was really good. I got the Earthshine bag. Earthshine is like probably the more traditional kind of coffee. The flavors listed were chocolate, grapefruit, and blood orange. And when you hear that, it's like, that sounds like, not like, that doesn't sound good to put chocolate with those things, but it was actually smooth and balanced as described.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. Jimmy Buckets, as they call him. I can't wait to get another bag after I finish this one.
20 a cup for that coffee, man. Yeesh.
Yeah, man, this coffee was quite pricey. But I got to say, I don't know if I would say it's worth it. Depends on who you are, but I'd buy it again.
It looked like an experience when you showed us the pictures, like the box and everything was well designed. Like it looked like really cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
The marketing and the whole package is like very good. I mean, and the bags, I mean, it's resealable. Plus dude, they went all out. Yeah. They really went all out.
I think he likes
See
coffee,
Jimmy
you
Buckets.
guys.
Just a tad. Coffee and tea, man.
Yeah. I just got myself a new Carhartt. Carson got himself a new Carhartt. Y'all went to Academy, got me a dry fit shirt and a Carhartt hat. You know.
Wild horses,
yeah, dude,
keep dragging me away.
More like goodbye horses.
Like that.
Yeah, it's more like goodbye horses, but we'll talk about it.
Oh, is that what he says? Goodbye horses?
In the song I listen to, yes.
Garth Brooks?
No, man. Remember Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, you on some Wild Bill?
I was looking at the hat, but like, would you wear me? I'd wear me.
It puts the lotion in a basket.
Man, thanks for hat show and tell, y'all. That was good.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. So, I mean, for those of you that are on camera, we'll probably do a little clip and throw that up there on IG or something so people can peep the hat game.
Oh, got to.
But for the listeners, yeah, we're just wearing the standard black hats with cool logos because we are NWH, and this is Fear of a Black Hat.
We're gonna have some black hat drama a little bit later, man. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, but before we, really get into it, Carr, didn't you have a little drama to share? I'm excited about this, man.
Yeah, it's been a big week in terms of nerd exposés. So, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with Linus Tech Tips. It's a popular YouTube channel. I think they got a few variant channels too. Basically, one of their associates who runs another channel ran this huge investigation on inaccurate data shady business practices, a little bit of workplace drama, like harassment, stuff like that. And basically just breaking down a lot of the mistakes that this channel has caused to kind of undermine the integrity of what they're trying to do. So they really don't have a lot of integrity right now, y'all. And it's important.
Well, especially if people are getting tech advice from you and I mean, it's tech tips, right? So people are looking for the channel and going, oh man, what's the best video card or processor, motherboard, whatever the case may be? Should I be going, a 1080, 1080 versus a 1050, whatever, like I said, whatever the case may be. And if they're falsifying benchmark information, et cetera, I mean, that could make or break someone's rig.
Yeah. So it's not more as much falsifying, but maybe just not performing tests under the right conditions to get the right information. So
gotcha.
So yeah, they got just swept by Gamers Nexus, which is like a popular video card review channel that really gives you the raw numbers about what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed not to do to get performance out of X, Y, and Z, right? So this dude dove deep. He broke down like a 44-minute video to start and just highlighted all these things that the channel was just kind of glossing over, pouring inaccurate data all over the screen, failing to kind of address it in a very obvious manner. And it all kind of comes down to like output and like committee decisions and a bunch of other things too that kind of made what the channel is now. Like, yeah, it takes a committee to make a big popular YouTube channel for sure. Like you have to have people like kind of guiding you as a company to be able to do something like that, even if it is a creative venture, right?
Yes.
But I think this one's just getting out of hand, and Linus at the forefront of this, like he seems like a guy who started from a grassroots movement. Like he pretty much worked at like Canadian Best Buy, got a channel from them, and then broke off, did his own thing. And he did the same for a lot of other people too. But
so is he Canadian?
Yeah. Unfortunately. I was kidding. Shout out to Canada. No, yeah, he's really nice about it too. No, but no, but like all that aside, this channel is getting big, and it's gotten big. And last year they've had a lot of different ventures. Like they've poured a lot of money into having like an exclusive subscription service for some of that raw data that they've gotten inaccurate. And now that it's all out in the open, Linus is on the reactive. Like he's putting out videos, not acknowledging who called him out, kind of not really owning up to the mistakes and kind of glossing over a couple things and making it kind of more of a half-hearted apology, if anything. Like it's something that he's not really calling out exactly what the technical like errors are or anything like that, but he still vows to do better. And it's like a half-hearted apology. It's been kind of a thing too, because I think about us, I think about where we're trying to go and stuff, and let's say down the road we have a CEO that's not any of us, and they're like putting the hammer on us to do this and that, and like we're all just like clamoring to get content out the door, and we're making little mistakes to where when we make errors, we don't want to be willing to reshoot things or retest things or that.
Right.
Just to make content. Like that seems counterproductive to me, and it kind of seems like the validity of the whole thing is just in question, especially if you're spending like thousands of dollars on a rig or whatever, like TV.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, and I've watched a few of his videos. Yeah. I find them informative. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got a pretty decent personality, but it's not anything where I felt like I need to watch him all the time. Yeah. So I've never taken any crazy advice. I think when I was on a search for like an OLED TV or something like that, I would go to ratings.com. Check out a couple of his videos and some others. Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, right? So that's sad. That's sad to hear, man. I mean, I hope they get it squared away, because as mentioned a couple times now, people are relying upon their data to make a decision with their rigs. Yeah. Or their entertainment.
I think you kind of hit it on the head when you said that they, lack the integrity piece. That's like a channel like that. That's what you base yourself off of. And I think once you lose that integrity and that trust from your followers, I mean, this is the internet. They're going to find somewhere else to get their information. And they're, those people that really took a liking to you and put that trust into you, now they can't trust you anymore. That's gone, man. It's internet. They're gone. They're flipped.
I think
How many patrons did you say he lost?
So they have a subscription service. I'm failing to remember the name, but basically it's their exclusive subscription thing. And they've lost maybe about 40 to 50K in revenue. They've dropped a lot of $5 subscriptions. And you're right, Trey. Like with the blood in the water right now, competitors are probably looking at each other going, "This is our in. Like we do this better. We can get our views up, you know.
This is our moment."
Yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot, right?
Yeah. And it goes to show
industry though.
Yeah, it goes to show you like how quick this whole like media on the digital age thing is like turning, because it just takes something like that to crack the shell, and then you get all these things for a channel that covers computers. And yeah, everybody's having a field day on Reddit, like talking this and that. But at the end of the day, it's like it's like 120 people's livelihood too. People work for Linus, you know?
Yeah.
Like nobody's.
That's sad, man. I hope they figure it out.
Yeah. No,
I really do.
All the allegations, all this and that. I hope it all kind of comes to a head. But I think something like that needed to happen, especially when Gamers Nexus gets behind something that's like an integrity thing with that dude. Like everybody calls him Tech Jesus, but he really does painstakingly go through the process to be able to give you an objective view on things. And I'm pretty sure something didn't sit right with him to where he had to do it himself with his committee and his people, you know?
He kind of reminds me of my buddy Han Cholo.
Yeah.
Back in our early beta episodes of WFS. Trey and I had him on as a guest.
Yeah.
When I looked at his picture, I was like, "Dang, is that you?"
That's that. Just a little food for thought. Just when we get our sponsorships and we're still shills, we got to remember, like, we got to apologize really good when it happens.
Got to work on. Well, that's why if you're popular enough, that you get people to write your PR for you.
Well, yeah, we got media training and stuff, so I'll be the first one in line for that. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. Like I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry, guys." And like, no, just let the PR people handle it.
What you're probably wondering is, how bad do I feel? I feel horrible that I got caught. I'll do better when I'm manipulating information. I'll make sure that I don't get caught.
Yeah.
Shout out, much love. All right.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace. All right, sorry.
Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe. All right.
Tears for views, yeah. But that's my little thing. That's really what I was following this week. So sorry to take up some time.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one, Coach.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, especially for, a person like people like you and I who follow that space a little more closely. So
yeah.
You more so than myself, obviously, but yeah.
I burned my Linus hat. I burned my Linus koozie. I don't know what to do.
No,
not the koozie.
Not the koozie.
Oh,
letting all these chemicals in there, all the forever chemicals, just because I'm mad.
Oh, the plastics. The plastics.
Oh, man.
Hey, speaking of burning, well, before we move into that, I want to continue a little bit of the cell phone apocalypse.
Oh.
If you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, PSA for you Verizon subscribers out there. The lady I work with who was fantastic, her name is Bella. She's in my area. She, as they say on the streets, she put me up on game. Put me up on game. That is, educated me, enlightened me, shared information that I had not known before. She told me that, let me rewind that. She asked me if I had auto pay enabled on my account, right? And I said, well, of course. I mean, you get discounts that way. So a little backstory about me. I typically don't enable auto pay for a bill collector. If they burn me one time, you get one time. That's why AT&T, as long as I had them and I have them for my internet, they are not allowed to do auto pay. I don't care how much money I save. They overdrafted my account when I was a poor guy. It took them 3 seconds to pull out my money and 30 days to give it back. And so AT&T's lost the right to do auto pay. Verizon, I switched a couple years ago, so now I'm willing to give it a shot. I had no issues, or maybe it's like a year and a half, whatever the case may be. The point is, it only works if you use a debit card or a Verizon credit card. So, yeah, guys. So I went to go use my hotspot. Let's go even further back. Went to go use a hotspot. Oh gosh, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. As you know, lots of things were going on. I didn't have time to address why it wasn't working. I moved on. Not a big deal. Well, fast forward to yesterday, or the day before, that is, my son tries to go watch Disney Plus. He's like, Dad, it wants you to sign in. Oh, yeah, it does that. Because, sometimes the apps will kick you out. You got to sign back in, refresh the session, cookie, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I go to do that, and it says, need to resubscribe. Okay. And I was like, why? I already have it. Come to find out, as a continuation from the previous episode, when I switched my sister over from T-Mobile to Verizon, whomever I worked with, I'm suspecting the lady on the phone and not the lady in person, but I can't 100% confirm that. When I added her to my plan, she told me, oh yeah, it's $25 extra. It's like sold, bro. $25 extra, not a big deal. Wrong. That was fake news. She didn't give me the whole truth, the whole truth. I'm not even going to get into the indictment stuff. I'll just leave that alone. Let's not touch that. That's a hot button for people on many sides. But anyway, thought it was going to be $25. It was not. It ended up being more. Why? Because she changed my plan without telling me. That's why I lost the hotspot. That's why I lost Disney. Now, they were saving me $30 a month per line, which was cool. But my wife and I, with our kids having practice, we utilize the hotspot. Not all the time, but enough to justify keeping it. Yeah. Obviously, Disney bundle, the kids like the Star Wars stuff, etc. Because my son and I, if we were going to watch Star Wars Rebels, I was going to take them down that path, right? So I finally give a call first today to Verizon, and the guy was like, oh, well, you changed your plan. And I said, let me be clear once again. That plan didn't change itself, and I'm not the one that changed it. I was going to do my Obama voice. I'm not doing it. I did not change that plan. You people did. Well, it shows on our end that that change the account was made. I said, I'm not disputing that. Of course it was changed. I'm just letting you know I didn't do that. Put it back. Well, I can't. What you mean? What I can do is I can add the plan. I can add the hotspot and Disney for an additional $10 per service. I'm like, wait. So now you're charging me for stuff that I was already included in my previous plan. Now you're trying to upsell me and sell me things back. Well, yes, sir. That's the way this works. And I was like, so is that plan gone? I never got an answer to that question. I got really upset. I didn't scream at the guy. I said, I know you're just doing your job. It's not your fault. You're trying to do what Verizon's asking you to do, but think about me as the customer and what I'm going through, right? And having to sit here and be sold things that were already included in my plan. So I spent all this time with this guy on the phone going in circles. I said, forget it. I'm going to go in person. I talk to the lady, Bella, that I'm telling you guys about today. Shout out to her. She was awesome. I told her, look, I'm going to return this modem, that box I told y'all about last episode. I'm going to return that. I want you to double check my bill. And also I want you to tell me about the family plan, because what it looked like is if I wanted to pay what I'm already paying now, getting a family plan with 4 lines would allow me to do that. If I was doing it with just the 3 lines, I would pay a whole lot more. So today, my almost 12-year-old graduated and got a cell phone.
Oh, and there you go.
And so with the auto pay, I'm saving $60 a month on my bill. Had I not known that I needed a debit card, just add $60 to my bill. So that is my PSA. I told you all the long version. I apologize, but I wanted to be thorough. Watch your bills, y'all. That's the moral of the story. And if you're on Verizon and you're using a credit card that is not a Verizon card, if you're comfortable with it, if you have the money there, then, that's on you. Use the debit. She also gave me another tip that I don't want to put out in the universe because I don't want them to change anything, but I'll tell you guys that off mic.
Secret insider
Yeah,
tips.
not excited.
So now that I've set fire to my cell phone bill, let's talk about Maui.
Man, first off, my heart goes out to all those people that lost family members, personal belongings, homes, everything in a lot of cases. First and foremost, there's a lot to unpack with this, man. There really is.
The last I checked, the death toll was at 93.
101.
Man.
Oh, it's 101.
101.
Oh, geez. It's gone up again. So it's in the, Lahaina is the area of Maui.
Mm-hmm.
That's a historic district. So have they determined what root cause is of the fire?
So there's a lot of speculation, but nobody's stepped up and given an answer to that yet.
Yeah.
The quickest reason that came up was that the power companies were failing to disable power for areas that were getting like really vicious high winds that were potentially like going into dry fields and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just speculation. There hasn't been any kind of proof on that. I don't know if there was any other kind of speculation that y'all knew about.
I've heard and I've seen countless conspiracy theory videos. I didn't go looking for them. Good friend of mine keeps me educated in that realm.
Yeah.
Sent me a few Instagram videos. Basically saying like the government did it, right? They're trying to light stuff on fire. There's a big flash before everything happens. I don't know, man. Like not that I'm saying that it's a quack theory, anything like that. I don't want to get into that. I haven't seen anything to substantiate that. I'm not well researched on those theories and what would even make somebody believe that. But all that to say is there are definitely some theories out there as to why this happened, and they don't seem to be weather related. Yeah.
Space lasers, man.
No,
Space lasers, man. Space lasers.
Space lasers. I mean, we're having a chuckle about that, but yeah, I mean, it's extremely sad, man. And shout out to We're Not Wrong, Justin Robert Young, Andrew Heaton, and Jen Briney. I actually just listened to their most recent episode. They touched on this today. It was one of their main topics, and I know that like the tourism industry is big for that area, but people are saying don't come.
Yeah.
Now's not the time. Understandably so. They're trying to rebuild the city.
Yeah.
It's in mid-flight. I've also heard that the best way, according to Jen Briney, the best way to give money to these people is actually to the people, not to the government. Charitable funds like Red Cross and things like that. She said that there was money from, I forgot the name of the crisis, so forgive me, but basically half a billion? No, maybe it was $500,000 was given to them, and only like a few houses were built off of that money. So it didn't go to all the people that needed it.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Which is completely sad. So look for local funds, local charities, if you're wanting to donate to them, to ensure that that money goes to that area and helps them get back on their feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that that's going on right now in the wake of this, and I think the community around there is having a good level head about stuff. Just I know in passing I heard that they turned away Oprah and her cameras, which is a big move. You want to be able to
Oprah.
You want to be able to get eyes on something, but maybe not in exploitative fashion, because I don't want to put it this way, but Hawaii is used to tourism. Hawaii is used to selling their most beautiful aspects of themselves to be able to kind of get money to live. And this is not the time for that. They got to let a whole community rebuild, and this could be a year, it could be 5 years until this district gets back to a fraction of what they lost. Like
sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
I was just going to say, to my understanding, that area in particular, they've been trying to keep that part of Hawaii as
Local.
Yes.
Mhm.
Whereas as we say in San Antonio, puro, right?
Yeah, puro Hawaii.
Puro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what the equivalent is in their language, right?
Hawaiian friends,
But
please.
yeah, man. Let us know.
Yeah.
waveofthefewshore@gmail.com. But I mean, I know they're trying to keep it pure.
Yeah.
Tourism obviously helps out the economy. It's a big part of the economy, but I don't know, man. It's tough. It is so tough. You look at the pictures and the videos, the amount of devastation that's happening there. That's happened there. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. The only thing that stopped the fire was the shoreline, man. That's sad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did see some areas that were spared from it, and I'm sure they're forever grateful. I just hope that they can keep that local, that feel to that area. I know there's a lot of things being spread about people trying to buy up that land and not giving the folks a chance to rebuild. I read that some insurance companies aren't paying out for some things like they should.
Ridiculous.
Which is heartbreaking. It's absolutely ridiculous. Billion dollar industry, billions of dollars within that industry. And things like this to happen is what you rely on it for. I just want those people to, know that prayers are with them, the love is with them, and hopefully they can find a way to overcome. I can't imagine. I'm on the front line in some ways, and I've spoken to some people.
Yeah.
I had to make some transfers of some calls from this tragedy, and it hurts my heart. It really does. I had to take an extended break after talking to one lady.
Man.
I think that was Monday. It's just hard, man.
Right.
So prayers to
She
those
was
people.
out. She was out there.
Yeah, she was out there. She was on the phone sobbing, lost everything. You can hear people in the background. Like it was,
Man, you got cut into it.
it was hard.
Dang.
And, and they're calling their provider to get, some sort of assistance. Luckily, I think my place of employment will operate with integrity in this time of tragedy for the folks that are out there. But I can't say that's going to happen everywhere. Apparently, I'm seeing that it's not like that everywhere. So I just pray those people can find a way to, even if it's not rebuild their homes, get their life back on track. That's so derailing. Everything a lot of those locals, everything they've ever known.
According to what I saw on Reuters, and I didn't know this is like the 5th deadliest U.S. wildfire. The only fires that were more deadly than this are extremely old. Starting from so this is 5, going up to 4 is the Thumb Fire in Michigan, 1881.
Man.
Hinckley, Minnesota, 1894. I believe that's Cloquet, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, 1918, and then the Peshtigo, Wisconsin fire of 1871. So my assumption is that it's so deadly back then because less technology, right, to be able to prevent these kinds of things. I don't know. That's an assumption. I have no data to back that up. That's just me trying to think this through.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Trey. You're not on the front lines like a first responder, but you are an extension of those people, the first responders, and that those who are going through what they're going through are calling you.
Yeah.
And saying, "Hey, do you have me? Am I covered? You got me?" Because I've got nothing. They're going to be looking to you for their empathy, sympathy. They got to be level. It's the human touch. I don't envy anybody that has to go through stuff like this. I used to work at IT help desk way back in the day, and I've heard some stinky situations, man, where people are crying, nothing to this degree, to totally different reasons. But, people who have lost like a year's worth of work because a server or a box crashed or got, somebody put the wrong tape in and wiped the wrong server, you know what I mean? And like lost the whole project and the deadline is tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like that level of catastrophe. Again, it's not the same as losing your home. I'm not equating those two. I'm just saying having that touch to be able to communicate with these folks and say, hey, I'm here for you. I got you. We're in your corner. We're going to do what we can. I really applaud your steadiness, man, in that situation.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough, but anything you can do to help those people, even if it's just, like you said, a steady ear to listen and comforting words, it's, all I can provide at this time. Unfortunately, I wish I could do more, but just know, again, heart is with you.
There's been a big deal made about like the sirens not going off in that and on the island over there. Have y'all heard anything about that?
When I've read into that, it takes me into that tinfoil hat zone sometimes. A lot of those articles that are really announcing that, like, headlines make you click. You read 2 paragraphs in and you're like,
That's not really what it was. Like, it's one of those things. Yeah, I didn't want to dig deep into it because I was going to end up just going down, like, watching TikToks about it, like, and I didn't want to do that. But if that is the case, that lack of response, like, I don't know, man. Like, when it comes to a fire that surges like over a mile, like a minute or a kilometer a minute, according to some of the articles, like how much time do you have to evacuate? Like, it just reminds me of The Last of Us when everyone's trying to leave. Like, yeah, it's a TV show, but like, yeah, you're going to jam up the street. You're going to cause more trouble. You're going to cause accidents. You're going to do this in the wake of this impending tragedy. So like responding to all this is a concerted effort that does have to be managed in a timely fashion. And I wonder if it was just too quick for the humans to all come together,
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, man.
Worded that weird, like an alien, but like, yeah, like
no. I think you're just trying to think through it kind of deliberately, right? Yeah. And mentioning The Last of Us, even though it's fiction, it's based on some sort of reality that's taken place before. Yeah. Probably a combination of things that have happened in our world. So no, I wouldn't worry about that at all.
I wouldn't imagine relying on my facilities when everything I love around me is on fire, and I just don't know where my sibling is or where my pet went, and then just looking to something like a siren for guidance and not having it there, and then just knowing that the norm is not present in society, is just literally collapsed in the wake of nature.
Yes, exactly.
It's a primal feeling you get. Like, you cannot beat that. Like, no cell phone, no nothing, nothing can fix that.
It's almost like, what do they say on Inception? You're waiting for a train to come. In this case, you're waiting for a siren. But I mean, those folks actually weren't waiting. A lot of them, I'm sure, passed in their sleep. Yeah. They had no idea that was going to be the last time they took a nap or went to bed, depending on what time of day, or whatever the situation is. But yeah, I don't want to spin forever on that, because it's a sad situation. I think you both have said it. I've said it. Our heart goes out. We wish you all a speedy recovery. I know that sounds really generic, but we hope the economy recovers. Your faith in humanity, in the sense that people will do the right things to help out. They'll provide you the aid that they need. They will listen with their hearts and their minds open and really focus on trying to solve a problem and not just check a box.
Yeah. Shout out Hawaii. Hope everything goes good.
Man.
Yeah, man. Fighting a good fight.
Well, I'm bummed out now. I want to fight somebody.
No. Heavy. Yeah, I could.
Y'all remember bum
swing
fights?
of something.
Yeah, I need a swing of something.
Maybe you should purify yourself in the waters of
Montgomery, Alabama?
Montgomery.
Yeah, there you go.
Man. Those were some rogue waves over there, man.
So the story that broke the internet for about a good week.
Yeah, dude.
Full disclosure to our listeners, I really wanted to have an emergency episode just dedicated to this. Man, it was hot off the press, man. I was itching. I've been wanting to record this ever since it happened. I'm just like, let's do it now. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, it was it's so crazy. Shout out to the cameraman or the camera people that took all this, but we caught the tail end of the Battle of Montgomery.
I think what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to come up with a clip for "Push It" by Static X. I see it. I need it.
Yeah.
I see it.
So who wants to introduce the play-by-play of what exactly happened in Montgomery, Alabama about a week ago?
I think we should just tackle this thing all together, baby. This was crazy. So, you know what? I'll kick it off because I'm too hyped.
Okay.
I'm just going in. Okay. Let me set the scene. It was a clear black night. Oh, sorry.
Doom, 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 do, 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 do. Yeah. All right.
Dock attendants, mount up.
Yeah, mount up. Frick. There you go. Throw that, dude.
That's the signal.
It's the best signal. Oh man, just international symbol for help. Like,
little did we know. Little did we know.
The cavalry showed up, dude. But yeah.
So I get. I think my friend, and I'll just call her J.A.
Okay.
To protect the identity. I believe she's the one that. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. Somebody sent me the video. I don't remember who it was. I don't think I found it algorithmically. Maybe it was her. But anyway, so they had like a little. It was called Shannon Sharp's.
Burner.
Backup burner. That was what it was. Yeah. Shannon Sharp's burner was the Twitter handle, right? So you see the little square, and I see the exchange happening, and there's 3 other squares. And shout out to the lady commentating, man. That was like the best hood world star, ESPN, Fox Sports. Like her commentating was gold. She's like, look at him. See? Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get. Man. So what ended up happening is there was a dock worker, according to sources familiar with the matter, and I did look this up. So I found it on today.com. And so when you look at the video, the dock worker, it looks like he's telling these folks, hey, you got to move your boat. So I saw on Twitter, someone said that it was Reddit, excuse me. On Reddit, they said the dock worker asked the people to leave. They would not. They said kick rocks, and probably not in that manner. So this gentleman said that he went and untied their boat and made it move.
Yeah.
I have not found anything to substantiate that. Have you?
I've read it in a few places. I haven't seen it in the probably hundreds, almost 1,000 videos that I've seen of this.
Yeah.
Just on the timeline.
So I'm not gonna call that a fact. I'm gonna call it from this point forward what we saw. Now, and today, the dock worker just gets straight to the facts and said, "Hey," or straight to the point and says, "I told them to go. They didn't want to go. They cursed me. He started talking some stuff. I threw my hat off, and then somebody hit me from behind." Now, that's pretty much what you see in the video. You see, not to bring race into it. You see the dock worker is an African-American gentleman, black, whatever. He's an African-American gentleman, and the people he's having a dispute with are Caucasian.
Yep.
And so they put hands on him. They all start jumping on him. And then as if when he threw the hat, he threw the hat out, and Batman couldn't get there in time. Aquaman decided to jump in the water.
Aquamayne was
Aquamayne jumped in the water, and he said, "Not on my watch."
Yeah, dude.
Not on my watch. Now, Josh Johnson, the comedian, describes this so good. He says, "I've never seen a black man swim like that before." and before I say into this, I just want to thank Aquamayne for beating the stereotype that we can't swim.
Oh man,
this man single-handedly beat that stereotype. And this ties into what Josh was saying. He said he wasn't swimming like Michael Phelps. He said he was punching the water. He was so mad. He was punching the water to get there. And you know what? And I believe it. That's how I'm going to remember it. He wasn't swimming. He was punching the water down.
This was like
Michael Phelps right there.
Yeah.
So he gets there. By the time he gets there, it looks like Malice at the Palace. Now, here's where things are going to get dicey. Well, you know what? Let's not talk about that yet. I'll get. Well, I want to get you guys' thoughts as we examine things. Now, fast forward to the next clip. You see one brother coming, two brothers coming. Brother is, by the way, that is another way of saying African American man. Typically, you know, there's brothers. We tend to say, "What's up, brother?" That's just letting you know. Remember, this is a pop quiz. I'm putting you up on game.
We'll be on the exam.
There will be a test. Okay. So anyway, more African-American folks jump out there. They don't like what they see. They defend this man. And at some point, the chairman of the dock comes out swinging his big chair. Dude. And he lets people know, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Now, here's where the situation even got crazier is when the cops come, the people that are involved in a fight are like, oh, good thing. The police are here. Wait a lot of these cops are black.
Yeah. They were just, they were outnumbered, man. Like, it was a thing. Like, they didn't see help in that moment, which is messed up, dude. Because, anybody trying to keep order should be respected. But just because they were black cops, it didn't make it any better for them. And it blew this thing out of proportion.
What was your initial thoughts when you saw this? Like, did you scream in your head, "World Star"?
Oh, hell yeah. All day.
Man, I think first for me, I was like, he's in the water. Goddamn. He's in the water. And then I watched him catch his breath and give him a 22 piece with no biscuit. It was just,
oh boy.
Oh man. I guess I was. This is gonna sound really bad. I was a proud moment, man. I felt like the Proud family in there. I was like, look at them banded together. They called the Avengers. That hat.
I would say the Justice League.
Threw it up. Had the circles open on your left, coming through. Man. Out of proportion.
So you're trying to say that hat was like Captain America's shield? Is that where you're going with?
Yeah, man, or Thor's hammer. I don't know which one you want to call it, but they were coming down.
Dude was super worthy of it, man.
Do that up. Doctor Strange started opening up portals.
Yep.
Don't worry, I got you. That was the one. That was the one out of the 14 million instances where things like this had happened, where everybody came together when they were able to beat it and put it all back to normal.
So after the morbid curiosity wore off, I took in the gravity of the situation. Mm-hmm. But damn, it was crazy to watch. It was so quick, and there were so many cameras, and it was just a crazy, crazy public event. And then I noticed right away that these people on the boat were drunk. Like, they were just super inebriated, just rowdy people. Like,
what do you mean, you people?
I'm not saying anything. They're all human beings. I don't know.
Yes, human beings.
Yeah. But anyways, the aggressors in this situation were drunk, like drunk as a skunk.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's no way to behave in any kind of form or fashion. But the racism behind it just makes it even worse. And also, karma just kicks in right away.
I've heard countless takes. Right, so there's the take like these folks didn't realize it was 2023 and not 1963. And I was like, oh,
they tried
that
it in
stings
a small
little
town.
bit. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, man. I've heard that take. People call it. I mean, it looks like a race war. It does look like a race war. I mean, there's no other way to put it. The optics of it. So, as the first time I watched it, my brain was like, oh, S. Like, dang, wow. And then I watched it again. I was like, whoo. And then I watched it with my teammate. We took a break.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't heard about it. We watched it. He started pointing out a couple things that I had noticed when I was like, that's interesting. So, for example, his take was after they did what they did to the dock worker, they beat him down. It looked like they started walking away.
Yeah.
And he went after him. And he was saying that he could be held liable just as much as them because it was over at that point and he pursued it. Now, from what I'm seeing on these charges, there are no charges brought against this man. But he was saying that a savvy attorney may be able to use that against him. He's like, I'm not defending those guys. I'm just saying that that's what a defense attorney may try to point out is that he followed them. So that was one thing. When the chairman of the dock So was that the cod? When the cod came out and whacked old girl with the chair in the head,
bonked her.
My brain just went, man, that's assault with a deadly weapon, isn't it, brother?
Yeah.
I mean, you could break that lady's neck with that chair. And so I thought that dude was going to get the heaviest penalty because, the other folks were fist fighting, but he brought the chair. Looking like D'Lo Brown. I think you better recognize, man.
I just needed tables, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. So when he did that, I got really concerned. And I will say the cops did a pretty good job of separating and breaking up everything that transpired out there. So I got to give them credit because that could have turned ugly really fast. And man, there are no really true winners in this situation. I think those folks effed around and they found out. They learned the hard way. You can't do that. I'm trying to be diplomatic here, but
damn, they got their asses whooped.
they did, dude. They really did. And I mean, what did you? I don't think they expected all those folks to jump out and bring the pain like they did. And I try to let cooler heads prevail. I don't condone violence in that situation. They kind of had what was coming to them, man. I wish it didn't go that way, like at all. They could have resolved it without coming to blows from the very beginning. But man, don't start none, won't be none, is what they say.
Yeah,
couple things there. First, I think there was a winner in this case, and it was the folding chair industry. First and foremost.
Yeah, dude.
The folding chair industry is booming right now. I wish I would have
swimming
invested.
classes.
Oh yeah.
You got little black boys everywhere, just like I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
This is right on time, Mark. Aquaman is coming out with a sequel this winter. It's right on time. There's gonna be a whole lot of little Jason Momoas.
Oh man, this is good.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Dang. I do wish I knew somebody like that would tell me the chair numbers right now. Like I had
that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I need to get on Robinhood and just see what these companies are going for.
I have seen
Costco,
so many memes, dude. Yeah. So many memes. There is one where a dude was doing he's doing push-ups. He's got one arm on a chair, one arm on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing like Superman's off the chair, for his lower back, like the Cobra on the chair. Oh man, he's running and doing jumps over the chair. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I saw so one where it's like how the Caucasian folks are working out now, and it's got like the dude with the chair, like a sparring session, and the dude's like ducking chairs. Oh man, it's going crazy, man. That's something I wish I would have invested in. That's
oh man,
missed the invite to that one, dude.
So I heard a couple things like following up with what all that happened. So the aggressors on the boat were actually local business owners. So they took down their whole online presence. I don't think that store is open anymore. And also, I don't know if this is true or not, but it was hearsay on the internet, on Reddit. Apparently, they went to the hospital and they called the cops because all the staff was black. And also, all the cops, all the cops that showed up were also black.
Most of them, I think I saw one or two white cops.
Yeah, but Caucasian. This is later on during the fact because they called and they said that they were surrounded by a bunch of slurs. And then
Well,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
isn't that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that, especially on a recorded line like that can make the initial attack
premeditated,
a hate crime.
It can make it seem racially motivated.
You can get do a hate crime. That's a federal case at that point, I think. So I think I did read that the FBI was loosely watching the situation. I did read that on the article. What article was that? The Today article that was shared. That was kind of towards the bottom. They don't believe it's racially motivated, but they are watching the situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So we have had multiple arrests, right? We've had the 5 Caucasian folks that beat down on the dock worker. So you got Zachary Shipman, Richard Roberts, Alan Todd, and Mary Todd.
Yeah.
And then the chairman of the dock, a.k.a. Reggie Ray. Reggie. I wonder if he like posed like Reggie Miller. Reggie?
The mugshot with the chair. Smiling.
Okay, that's enough. But yeah, Reggie Ray, and I knew that brother was gonna get he's gonna get arrested. Once that chair came out, and I'm like, it's funny now. But you might be going to jail, sir.
Yeah. I'm surprised that his charge is as light as it is.
Yes. Disorderly conduct. Yeah. Like, it was disorderly, all right.
I'll take it.
Take a seat.
And so the charges are as such. Mary Todd, 3rd degree assault. She's currently being held at Montgomery city jail.
Oh,
that was as of Thursday. Excuse me.
In county too. Damn.
Yeah, Richard Roberts, 2 counts of 3rd degree assault. Alan Todd and Zachary Shipment face a count each of 3rd degree assault. So it looks to be all 3rd degree assault.
Is that felony territory or?
I did not see the words felony.
I feel like 3rd degree, that'd probably be more misdemeanor type. I don't know, but it is assault. So at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the charges, but let's see what the prosecution actually pursues. They may ask to elevate, and then the defense might say the same thing in reverse in terms of what Reggie Ray did with the chair and the lady that got smackdown laid on her.
I hope he's got liability insurance. Well, that's not accidental bodily injury, so it's not going to cover you anyway.
I got a quick addendum to this. This is for the Montgomery court system. If you are streaming the cases, you might want to invest a little bit more in your hardware because everyone's going to be watching it.
The servers will crash.
Yeah, I am going to watch it. Like,
oh man, the precedent that this is going to set is going to be insane.
Yeah,
insane. Yeah. There's going to be a lot learned from this.
So they got their boat towed.
Oh, of course. Yeah, like that boat is in an impound lot, like already just tarped up.
The dock worker owns it.
Yeah, dude.
This is my boat now.
Look, I'm the captain.
I'm the captain.
I'm the captain now. Oh my gosh! My gosh!
But I guess that's like the way we're laughing and everything. That's kind of what the world kind of took from all this, despite it being like a really negative kind of thing. It was still very interesting water cooler talk. But yeah, it does set a precedence of mess around, find out.
It does, and I've been trying to think of like, what would this look like elsewhere?
Yeah.
What does this look like in San Francisco, not Oakland? What does this look like in
here in good old San Antonio, man, on the south side, like, or
yeah, that's a good one. Chinatown and
Chicago, dude,
New York, LA, Chicago. Yeah, I mean, this is interesting.
I just imagine Chinatown with like a rain scene. I'm like, just all you hear is little swords coming out.
Trash can lids.
Like this.
Yeah, dude.
I've been playing way too much Ghost of Tsushima.
So you see how my head is? All of a sudden, the lights get real dim.
See silhouette.
Wrong one. Yeah, you see the silhouette.
Lightning bolts. Oh my God, Raiden.
You can't see what I'm doing. I lowered my hat down for the listeners out there. I lowered my hat down on the camera so you don't see my eyes. You just see my shadow.
You got to straighten out your sleeves with a hand throw, like woof.
Exactly. It's like you're going to regret doing that. Then you all of a sudden hear, ooh.
All you hear is
the drums, the war drums, man.
Big old taiko drums.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pick your flavor. Yeah. Either way, it's going down because this world does not tolerate these kinds of shenanigans anymore. So
you know what? And that's honestly the one of the things that I was really relieved about of this situation. I don't condone the violence, whatever. But you have a right to protect yourself, right? And I think I do. Despite not condoning violence, I do think it's cool that people picked up their fellow man. They saw a man getting beat down at a disadvantage, and they stuck up for him.
Yeah,
that's what you would ask. That's what you would ask people to do.
Yeah, for fellow humans.
Race aside, right? Let's just take the blackness out of it.
Yeah,
and just think about the person. Hey, this man was wronged. That it didn't deserve all that.
Yeah.
That was completely unreasonable.
Yeah.
To respond that way. Drinking or not, walk away. So.
Yeah. Little silver lining to all that, but damn. World stars. World stars.
Yes, sir,
I need to
sir.
see the new Aquamayne movie, man. I need it.
Aquamayne.
I hope DC called the guy, hey, do you want to be in the movie?
I think we just found our replacement for Jason Momoa when they reset the universe, man.
Yeah, dude. That dude was wearing blue, I think, too. Like, shoot, he was
With
ready.
like Terrence Howard as his mentor.
Oh, the wave of the
Aquamayne.
Aquamayne. Let me tell you about geometry and
They're trying to hit me, man. I got the tetrahedrons.
geometry.
It's hard out here. Hard out here for a swimmer.
It's hard out here for a fish.
You see, you can swim through a flat plane, but can you go through it?
Exactly.
You say, man?
Exactly.
Well, how'd you get this number? Oh man.
Oh, fellas, that was hilarious, man. Hey, we didn't give any gratitude
Right.
or
Absolutely
love.
right.
You guys got anything?
Me and my brother are going on vacation. We're going to a little concert. You're gonna go see Metallica. It's gonna be kind of cool. I've seen him like 4 times, so nothing new.
Little Metallica, huh?
Yeah, a lot of Metallica's 2 nights, bunch of stuff. Yeah, Pantera got back together. I don't know how that's gonna go. It's not Dime or Vinny, but whatever. It's Texas, so they better bring the heat. And yeah, I'm just gonna look forward to spending some time with my brother and little car and big car. Just gonna go on a big adventure.
I thought he was a vintage car.
Yeah,
That's right, vintage car.
yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man. I'm really excited for you guys. I'm not a huge Metallica fan. I'm not a Pantera fan at all.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for you. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it'll be all
Have a
right.
good time, dude. Enjoy the road trip too.
Oh, that's my favorite
Yeah.
part. You know
It's all about the journey, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Making memories.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Trey?
For me, a little bit of gratitude to my oldest kid. She's getting ready to go back to school, starting a new grade. A first grader. Did all the school shopping. I just want to wish her the best of luck, and she's a little nervous. Starting a new grade. Let her know she's gonna kill it. She always does.
It's good.
She's a good little kid. So I just want to give that love to her and do your thing in first grade, baby girl.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And my gratitude is going to go to the people that reside in this house with me, because we've had a lot of activity for the last month or so. People here all the time. And I'm sure, I know my kids have enjoyed having family and friends and over, but I know my wife's ready for a break. So I really appreciate her being patient. I need a break myself, but I do appreciate the love from everybody and the patience. It's been nice to just chill with them. So you can find us at Wave of the Few Shore on Instagram and Threads, WFS Show on Twitter, X.
Oh man.
And as mentioned earlier, Wave of the Few Shore at gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, rate and review the show, all that good stuff. We love you, and peace.